Hey guys, Rob again. Want to talk to you about the new updated conventional guidelines for multifamily homes. Talking the Fannie Mae 2 to 4 unit guidelines, specifically the 5% down payment that will now be allowed for anyone that's buying a multifamily that's 2 unit, 3 unit, or 4 unit and is going to occupy one of the dwellings, one of the units as your primary residence. You now only have to put 5% down. Who should use this program? And in my humble professional opinion, if you're a first time home buyer and you have aspirations to become an investor or put real estate in your portfolio, this possibly is a great option for you because of the lower down payment. If you are a non-first time home buyer, say you're in a home now and you're going to vacate that property and move into one of the units that you're looking to buy, either a duplex, one of the duplex units, triplex units, or the fourplex units, this is good for you. In other words, there's no first time home buyer requirement. House hackers. If you're one of those folks that want a house hack, be it to help you build your real estate portfolio, because you don't have to have those folks living within the same four walls that you're living in. They can potentially live in one of the other units, increase that potential cash flow, right? Accelerate that pay down on the property. And then lastly, thinking outside the box a little bit, because of inflation and things getting tight, in some communities, multi-generational living is a thing. In other words, coming together as family. And so a multi-generational situation might be beneficial for someone. So what say you guys? If you have any other ideas or scenarios that you might think benefit, let us know in the comment section. That's just my opinion. Let's move forward. Why should you use this program, or why should someone use this program? As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, because changes have been made in the amount of money one would have to put down. Before, you had to have 15%, more likely 25% on multifamily when you're dealing with a conventional loan. FHA and VA different. USDA does not allow for multifamily, but this is the why. This is why someone would want to use this program, because you could leverage up to 95% of a purchase price, and you only have to deal with 5% as the down payment plus your closing costs. Again, we always want to talk about closing costs here, because that is a responsibility of yours as a home buyer, unless your realtor does a bang up job, or you and your realtor do a bang up job and negotiate some of those costs with a seller. The second biggest thing, there is no self-sufficiency test with FHA. Okay, with FHA, if you're buying 3 to 4 units, the rent would have to match or exceed the total monthly payment, PITIA, principal, interest, taxes, and potential association dues. This update that's going to happen on the 18th of November on the conventional side does not have that. Okay, so those are the two main reasons why you would potentially entertain this. And then last but not least, it's a big one. There's no first-time home buyer requirement on the conventional side. One thing I did not throw in there, but is important to note, minimum 620 middle credit score, and you possibly could use a blended score. If you don't know what that is, leave me a comment in the comment section, or if you want me to do a video on blended credit scores, I'll do so if there is a need for that information. So just comment below blended, and we will do a video on that if there's enough response. Okay, but 620 is the minimum middle credit score. But to be honest with you, because there's going to be private mortgage insurance, and private mortgage insurance is risk-based, really looking at this product and you're not at a 680 or higher middle score, the only way I would recommend you looking at this is if you're at 80% or less of the area median income and a first-time home buyer. If you would like to know what the AMI is in your area, watch this video here or here, and we can show you how to find that information out. But If you're not at 80% or less of the area median income and a first-time home buyer, then you really need to be at a 680 or higher. Or the higher the scores, the better, because that private mortgage insurance is going to be a monster. And that's something that I don't hear a lot of folks talking about online. Okay, let's move forward. How does the program help? To be honest with you, the rich keep getting richer, right? It helps those that can afford to buy, just to be frank with you. But it helps those folks in the way of affordability because you're able to leverage more by bringing less in. You don't have as much of a down payment to bring in. So it helps with affordability from a 10,000 foot view. Okay. Those that want to become investors or put real estate in their portfolio, this is a great tool. Great tool. If you are single or a younger person, I think a duplex, triplex, or fourplex, whatever you could fit in, that should be your first purchase, in my humble opinion. And then once you become an investor and do it the right way, there's a ton of tax benefits and things of that nature. All those things help create that generational wealth that a lot of folks talk about with a great asset class such as real estate. Just keep in mind, guys, real estate, it's a slow burn. Okay, slow and steady wins the race with real estate. So there's a lot of shenanigans out here. You guys be careful. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. And so with real estate, it's going to take some time. So the concept here is, if you're someone that's buying a fourplex, as long as you live in that thing, I'm sorry, I got ghetto on you. As long as you live in one of the units for a year, after that, you can move on. You can, in essence, do this again if one of those units is going to be your primary unit. So you got to think outside of the box here. Again, it's a win-win. The rich keep getting richer, man. So that's what I would say to how, or answer the question of how does this program help? In conclusion, it's what I like to tell everybody, right? Home ownership can be achieved with the right programs. In this case, Fannie Mae updating their guidelines to address affordability and the lack of housing availability. And those that can and see the opportunity, they'll win. Home owners and or investors will win. So with the right programs, the right plan, and more importantly, the right team. With that being said, if you'd like to explore this option, reach out. Let's have a conversation. It doesn't cost you anything to talk other than your time, which I believe is your most valuable resource. Hit the link there on the screen or type that into your browser, schedule a consultation, and let's get to the money, man. My time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, guys, let's be good to one another. Let grace abound. And until the next time, peace. Y'all be blessed.